Okay, we've been talking off and on about being about 100 days into the Donald Trump administration. We've talked about the historically low approval ratings that we've seen from Donald Trump. And it's been scandal after scandal, right? The Russian collusion scandal, multiple law enforcement investigations, two failed Muslim majority immigration bans. We've had the failed sanctuary city order. We've had the failed repeal and replacement of Obamacare. It's a long list. I'll stop there. And in an interview with Fox News, Donald Trump is blaming the checks and balances that are constitutionally supported that our government has in place for his failures. What? Checks and balances have stopped Trump from getting done what he wanted to get done? Well, maybe there's something to it. Let's take a listen to what Donnie Boy had to say.
Over the years, your views just change somewhat, but I think more than anything else, I'm a person of common sense. I understand what has to be done. I get things done. I've always been a closer. We don't have a lot of closers in politics, and I understand why. It's a very rough system. It's an archaic system. You look at the rules of the Senate, even the rules of the House, but the rules of the Senate and some of the things you have to go through, it's really a bad thing for the country, in my opinion. They are archaic rules, and maybe at some point we're going to have to take those rules on, because for the good of the nation, things are going to have to be different. You can't go through a process like this. It's not fair. It forces you to make bad decisions. I mean, you're really forced into doing things.
It's just not fair, Pat. All those pesky laws, rules, and regulations are getting in Donald Trump's way. The things a president has to go through to get his way whenever he wants are bad for the country, and the rules should be changed.
Is it possible, though, that he's not talking so much about the Constitution and the systems of checks and balances as he is just kind of these quirky Senate traditions? So, for example, when Mitch McConnell got Elizabeth Warren to sit down by invoking Rule 13, or the fact that the Republicans had to use a budget reconciliation bill to try to push their health care act because that was they were able to avoid a filibuster that way.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But if you actually do a fair analysis of it, Trump has probably benefited from some of those rules in the sense that, Neil Gorsuch should not even have been confirmed. The Republicans in the Senate went in and changed the rules in order to get Trump his way. This is sort of the main part of the presidential oath of office, which is you're preserving, protecting, and defending the Constitution, which includes checks and balances, which includes the rules of the Senate, the rules of the House, and now these are an impediment to Trump doing whatever on earth he wants. So is he directly attacking the Constitution? No, I think you're right about that. He's not saying abolish the Constitution. But it's more the idea that this is how Trump runs his businesses, right? Or ran his businesses. Well, maybe he's still running them. I guess we're not really sure, which is he gets his way. What he says goes. He told us that's the way he would run the country. The only thing more absurd than Trump saying this is his bamboozled supporters, the constitutional fetishists, who don't even seem to care that he's saying checks and balances are getting in the way and we should reduce them. This is almost impossible to parody. It's a real problem for comedy writers and satirical shows because you can't really do a satirical version of this. And if you want to focus on archaic parts of how our government functions, let's change the archaic Electoral College as well as gerrymandering, both of which helped Trump and Republicans come to power. In a sense, he's right. You've got to give him credit. If it weren't for the checks and balances of our system, his Muslim travel bans would probably be in place. His sanctuary city order would be in place. His Abortive American Health Care Act would be in place. It would all have gone through. So in a sense, he's right, and we have that to thank.
And although he'll claim that he has great respect for the Constitution, this is a guy that maybe has never even read the document.
Maybe.
It's 6 pages long and on regular sheets of paper. It's a quick read. And Trump also mentioned that the Constitution has 12 articles or so.
Yeah.
It actually only has 7.
Well, I don't think anyone is shocked.
Right.
But listen, he is not a details guy. He's a big picture guy. Oh, wait a second. Over the weekend, he said in that Reuters interview he is a details guy. Well, I don't know. I can't explain why he doesn't seem to know any of the details on this. But I guess he's just not happy with the fact that he can't do whatever it is that he wants to do.